All right, let me make sure we are recording. And nice nectar pie, as they say. I don't know who says that. I'm the only one that says it. Nectar pie. If something's nectar, it's because it's sweet. It's like it's nectar. But if nectar pie, that's the full thing. You don't bring that out too often, all right? That's the rules of nectar pie. All right, guys, I'm excited for today. Let me come over here and let me just come over here to the chat real quick. Awesome, 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 awesome. Alrighty, guys. Hey, so I have multiple times where I built these funnels in front of people, and the biggest thing that will like stop people is, especially in webinar funnels, right? Multiple times, many times, somebody, Russell or myself, or lots of gurus or experts or whatever you're good at. Like the webinar is this amazing vehicle that gets you paid very quickly. Okay, and it's the reason why I build them, and it's the reason why I build them so often. Now, the thing that always hangs people up in this, though, is not the actual funnel, right? There's a ton of share funnels that are out there. Doesn't mean they're good. Mine are good, okay? Ton of share funnels that are out there. It's usually not even so much designing the marketing pieces and what the message is going to be, although that does hang people up. It's not so much, hey, what's the actual offer going to be, although it does hang people up. The biggest piece people do not get started on for webinars is because of the slides, right? The slides. The slides are easily the hardest part of the entire thing. So last week I went and I rewrote the Funnel Builder Secrets webinar, and I've been doing it live for Russell's like B-level influencers, people that aren't quite big enough for him to get on, right? They're putting me on, which is a ton of fun. Um, um, anyway, so just know that it's not like there's a magic bullet for any person. This is by far the most challenging aspect of it. The good news is that when you actually just like commit your brain to it, be okay with some of like the uncomfortable parts that come into it. The good news is that when you get it off the ground and you just do it, then it's just up to tweaking. Tweaking's a bunch of fun. So last week, right, I did 2 webinars back to back. There's a 3-hour break in between, but like, oh my gosh, 1 webinar, like you're exhausted. 2 webinars, you're donezo, donezo. Okay, and um, anyway, so I did the first webinar and it bombed. It bombed. Okay, it's the first time I've ever actually gotten 0 sales on a webinar, and I was like, "What's wrong? Oh man, the shame, the guilt. I'm Steve Larson." Right? I was like, "No," and I was so sad. I was like, "Crap, dang it! Like, why did that bomb?" And I sat there and I remember I was sitting over in the event room at ClickFunnels, just eating lunch. I was eating chicken. I'm eating lots of chicken and peas right now. It's just biting chicken off the tell you, hey, look, something's wrong. It's something that only comes with some experience. So, right, I've done a lot of webinars now, right? And this is what I teach, and I'm a 2 Comma Club coach for Russell and for all his people, and that's something that I teach, right? And the part I can't teach is exactly that same thing. Right? People so much better. Things flowed naturally. It made sense. I felt like I was pitching the product appropriately. Felt like I was talking about myself appropriately in order to position myself, right? And it was awesome. And I had a 10% close rate on the webinar, which is awesome. Most sales I typically find for me come in the follow-up sequence. In fact, most Inner Circle members are the exact same way with their webinars. To show up, and I was like, is it a live webinar? They're like, yeah. I was like, that's actually higher than average. Congratulations, okay? Let's just get used to the numbers. That's what a normal webinar number is going to be, okay? A 15 to 25% show up rate. If you're doing an auto webinar, you know, a solid 60 to 80% show up rate is pretty normal, just because they're always starting in the next 10 minutes, right? And anyway, just so you know. So if I'm closing at about 5%, I'm usually going to get about six figures within a year. If it's a 10%, that's definitely $1 million webinar. I'm saying overall, right? And if it's 15%, that's multi-million. Russell closes about 17% on Funnel Hacks, and he's done 10 million in 3 years. So just off that one webinar. So anyway, this is some standard numbers you'll see as you start to do the game, yeah. Anyway. I wanted to give you guys a few stats on this. So as we actually create the actual webinar slides themselves, just know, like, there might be a few times where I'm just like sitting back and I'm like, first time joining us and you haven't been able to see any of the others, it is not by means at all going to show what the others did, but it'll at least give you guys catch up to speed. And then I'm actually going to go in and I did some really cool stuff. I think you guys will like it. Some neat assets that I think you guys would like to have in the future as we move on here. So anyways, yeah, Saeed, how's it going? Those eyes tell me I'm in the right place. Karen, so that's good. What's up, Satan? Welcome to your class at the Uni of Stephen Larson. What the heck? How's it going, Adam? What's up, Dimitri? What's up? What's up? Please wait while the professor sets his banner. Heck yeah, brother. Heck yeah, I am promoting. I'm always selling. This show is the best podcast available on shortcutting your funnel success. This is Mad Max. How you been? What? The Mad Max? It's been years. How's it going? Jackie, what's up, guys? Finally made it. Hey, Steven, no audio. What's up? Oh, you guys got audio now. Good morning. What's up? Any estimate on time today? No idea. This usually takes me a solid day or two by myself. So I spent all day yesterday collecting all the assets so I can put it together in front of you guys. That way you know what actually goes where and why I'm putting things the way I am. And what I'm hoping, like every single headline, every little thing on every little slide has a purpose. It is not, we are not putting random stuff on there, and I want to make sure you guys know why, okay? How many people are on today? 69 still here, so someone just left. Sad soul. All right, just kidding. I know some of you guys have like work and stuff. I've done quite a few webinars. Hey, awesome, David. I have not yet, but I did get the perfect webinar script you mentioned the other day. That's good, Michael. Awesome. Not yet. Missed every other one live. Been waiting for this. Got my Funnel Hacker shirt on. Yeah, baby. Currently building my first webinar. Welcome, Dan. That's awesome. Hey, just the slides is the hardest part. Anyway, let's keep going here. Written soul. Which is awesome. So we put about $1 in ads right now, and we get about 3 to 4 out. And it's funny. It's very lucrative. Just so you guys know, in funnel world, right? That's good. But like the fact they're putting $1 in ads and we're getting 3 or 4 back out, for me, the gap is too long. I want it to be like $1.50 is what we get back out, and we're still scaling that sucker up. You know what I mean? Like anyway, we got to. You're like, holy crap, that can be a lot of money. Yeah, that's why I teach everyone to freaking publish, because then you don't have to spend ad money the first time. I actually just drive it to my hot audience, okay? And when they buy, which a high percentage of them will, that funds all of my ad money, okay? So I've never put $1 of my own into anything. When I left ClickFunnels, right, and you know, Dream 100 running, right? We've also got, I'm publishing like an animal, right? I'm also, does that make sense? Right, Affiliate Outrage. The program Affiliate Outrage is for the purpose of bringing in another. Right, there's really 4 ways I bring traffic in: paid advertising, which is like dead last. Okay, publishing, which is like the absolute first. Then I do Dream 100 and affiliates. They are not the same. Do not treat them the same. Okay, those are my 4 traffic methods that I bring to my funnels. So anyway, I don't remember how I got on that rant, but that's why these are so good. You guys ask me questions, and it reminds me of stuff, and we keep moving forward. So 10% close rate. Do you see those conversions? Crazy ways to get stuff so it's way cheaper, and we're gonna do them. We just haven't turned them on yet. Understand? So if I got 1,000 people that register, about 250, right, will show up. If you've got a pretty solid indoctrination series, okay. And if this is completely Greek, you guys have no. Ads only, okay, and then about 250 people typically, right? And this is not like, Steven, I got 26% to come in. That's great, okay? I'm talking about average, very, very, very vanilla top level numbers here, okay? You get about 25% of people to show up, and what we do is we count how many people are on at the time that the stack starts. So how many are on the time the beginning of the webinar, and then by the time you've gone through origin story, secret 1, 2, and 3, so the time you actually start doing the pitch, the actual pitch, how many people are on at that time? That's what we get our conversions off, because those are the people that actually see the pitch, right? And so, right. Right? Where I haven't played scarcity and urgency cards yet. Okay, does that make sense? I haven't played the whole, look, this is going to go away for you soon, right? That kind of thing. If I haven't played those kind of cards yet and I already have that kind of conversion rate, bam, like that's awesome, okay, on the webinar. That's why I was so stoked. So anyways, those are some of the numbers, just so you guys know. On an auto webinar funnel, you do a lot of extra things as well to create a lot of scarcity and urgency. So I use a lot of things like deadline funnel. Tomorrow, or in the next thing here, so for us tomorrow, I'm going to go through and actually finish all the little pieces of glaze on the actual funnel. So I'll set up deadline funnel, and I'm going to set up all the little nitty-gritties and get it out the door. My intent for this entire thing, the reason I've been doing this is because, A, I've never seen anybody do what I'm doing right now, and I do it multiple times, but I've never seen anyone do, especially the webinar script, build the actual PowerPoints, build the actual, like the funnel, sure. Not many people can do that though. So I'm 100% trying to demonstrate some prowess, just so you guys know. But I'm also trying to share with people shortcut ways on how to get this out the door quickly. And you can literally follow the process I'm going through to build this thing out. And anyway, so you guys know what to expect. So, all right, so do I see the numbers fluctuate a lot? Ben, no, I don't. At the beginning, sure. Well, I'm trying to figure out the pitch, and I'm doing exactly what I did last Thursday, and I'm changing stories. I'm switching headlines. And man, that didn't feel right. That didn't feel right. And you should do it many times as you start to feel it out. Will there be a replay of this? Of course there will. Absolutely. Who do you think I am? All right. Will said, "Hey, Mr. Larson, where's the hat?" I know. I actually can't find it. I think it's downstairs. Steven, I just started my podcast inspired by you. Thanks, man. Hey, that's awesome. How cool is that? Congratulations. This day job work sucks. I'm not seeing others' comments. Oh, crap. Let me make sure. I like it when you guys can see each other's comments. Let me try and turn those back on here. Let's see. Well, $1 to $3 million a month right now, okay, started by doing a live webinar every week for a year. Okay, 50 times they did their webinar, right? Russell Brunson, before he automated it, did the Funnel Hacks webinar and did $10 million on that webinar, but he did it 80 times live. Okay, do the webinar live. Do not even think it is a completely different funnel. Get to know and marry the webinar script. Live webinar. Not auto. They're very different funnels. This is the other reason I'm doing this, okay? Because no one else really does the auto webinar funnel build, which is what this one's going to be. And the reason I'm doing it is because I already have a very solid idea of the numbers, and I already know who it's going for, and it's not necessarily meant for cold audience. So it'll be an offering for more hot to warm people who know who I am. So my other things, though, when I want the potential for cold eventually, I'll definitely do them live a lot. Right, market's got to vote. And they got to vote with their wallets, not their opinions. Anyway, Alex and Layla Hormozi, right? They did $10 million since last April, not like 2 months ago, April, right? Last April, 10 million. because I spend all my time in the dirt and the clouds. I go up into the clouds and I'm like, oh, visions, imaginations, I could do this, ideas, wow. And then I get my head out of the clouds and I spend 24/7 in the dirt doing the crap that no one else wants to do. So go for it. Just got an ad today from Lead Pages, which I quickly unsubscribed from. Just click on it. Funny enough, you guys know something interesting is we did the ClickFunnels webinar, Funnel Hacks, right? It had already done $10 million. And we were like, what if we did this to our hot audience again? And they're like, nah, like, come on. Everyone has to have had ClickFunnels already. Everyone must already be in it. And we went and we launched to just again, even the buyers, the people who already bought it, everyone on our hot list did another $800,000 in like a day. Okay, so like it's a routine thing now. Like once every 3 to 4 months, I like to do mine once every like 5-ish. Okay, 5 to 6-ish, mostly because I got other projects going on. But do the same webinar to that very same hot list again. Funny enough, you'll find people who go in and buy. And anyway, so yeah. So anyway, for the first month, Greg, Sam, what I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm sending traffic to the hot list from a hot list. Okay, did you guys check it out? See it, check it out, bam, check it out. That's giving me the cash to go and play with, enough of a buffer room that I can actually very small. I'm talking about like $50 a week test to see if the webinar works on cold traffic. Okay, that is awesome, but also expensive and hard. It is easier to just go find other people who have lists of people who'd be a great fit for your product and get to have good relationships with them, and just ask to do a JV with them. Hey, can I do this to your people? Right? Can I do this to your people? And I'll give you 50%. Right? What's interesting about JVs, what's cool about JVs is that lists are time and money intensive. If you take an opt-in in ClickFunnels and then send it to Zoom with Zapier, yeah, and not even later. I do it immediately. So as soon as they opt in, they get like probably a minute later they get the confirmation email from Zoom. That's exactly right. I like the email follow-up on Zoom. It seems to get into people's inbox better. 100%. Yeah, Mark, I found the exact same thing, man. That's exactly why I'm doing it the way I am. Yeah, I feel like Zoom has fantastic delivery rates. So, plus it's cool because I can set it up where it reminds them like an hour before it starts. Hey, it's starting. Or like 24 hours before, and hey, it's starting. Here's your link, customized link, right? Anyway, I really like their hey, we're about to start sequence. Tracy said, do you recommend running a live webinar versus auto webinar for the end goal being the prospect, or just schedule a call with, wait, do you recommend running a live webinar versus auto webinar for the end goal being the prospect to just schedule a call with you? Yeah, so, hey Tracy, so let's say that you're selling something high ticket. Okay, I still do a webinar because that's like the most brilliant way to break and rebuild people's belief patterns and stack on this amazing value, but then price drop and get them in there. So, anyways, even if it's like the $10,000 program, ClickFunnels Certified Partners Program, which is no longer around, right? But the way that we did that though was we still did a webinar, and rather than push people I partner with SMEs in the IT space. They're not willing to do multiple live webinars, once a quarter only. Yeah, that sucks. You have to convince them, right? But don't automate for a while. Awesome, thank you. CF certified program is paused, but there are some of us CF certified partners around. Yep, I was there. We shut it down. The partners are still around. Yeah, the program's not available. I was begging to give Russell my money. I did apply and call them hot buyer. That's right. Just can't see the name on this one. Ideal clients daily. I don't think that's your name. Do you show the stack if you are sending people to application? 100%. I never not do the stack. I always do it. Alex Jeffries used to do the same thing for high ticket. It's very powerful. So, why did they shut CF Partners down? I am not ClickFunnels, nor do I represent them. You have to ask them. It's Carolyn. Hey, or Caroline, how's it going? How's it going? Alrighty. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive on in here. I'm going to share my screen, and I've got two monitors up. Okay, I'm not going to share the other one simply because I've got all these other like assets and stuff like that on the side. What's up, Billy? Okay. Okay, that thing where I'm just like constantly whoop, whoop. People hated it. So anyway, hey, so let's go a little recap here, okay? So last time, okay, this is like the exact same thing. All right, last time, this is what we were going through. Well, not last time. This is the first thing that I did. Remember, I do not start by building a webinar script. I do not start by building a webinar funnel, okay? I did that, right, simply so we can keep the ball rolling because I wanted to do this, but anyway. Right, I always start by doing this, regardless of funnel, regardless if it's webinar or a book funnel. Something with e-com, a supplement funnel, right? Retail, B2B, doesn't matter. I don't care the industry, I don't care the funnel type or the price point. I do this. When they're logisticians, right? The engineers of the world, they love that part usually, okay? And that's fine. Okay? But most people, we're trying to find a product that fits mass market in the wants category. To do that, you will only sell either health, wealth, or relationships. One of those three, that's it, okay? One of the three, not two, nothing else. You're gonna sell one of the three, okay? Health, wealth, or relationships. And that's what I'm selling, but I'm selling it through the commodity of a water bottle, the commodity of ClickFunnels, the commodity of a supplement, or that makes sense. So anyway, I'm selling wealth, and I'm talking to people who are using ClickFunnels. Okay, I'm talking to people using ClickFunnels. It's not Red Ocean, I would say, at all, but it is who I'm talking to. Okay, and funnels are made up of two things: the offer and what the current thing that ClickFunnels are doing to get wealth. Very thing, and I do this with them. And we go through and we design all the pieces out. I don't build it for them, right? But I go through and I help design this for them, design the actual funnel, put all that right, and then they just do it. And anyway, right? So that's pre-built funnels, pre-built. Anyway, teaching you how to actually make marketing work. That's what this program is. Just so you guys know what it is, right? So I'm going to them and I'm saying, hey, stop self-building if you truly aren't a funnel builder. It is its own profession. Okay, it is its own thing. Like, right? It is all I do, and I'm still just learning like crazy. Russell is still learning like crazy, and so if it's not like your obsession, why would you like try and spend time getting that incredibly vital piece down on your own? And so anyway, here's a whole bunch of pre-built ones. Oh, membership rate funnel, bam. Application funnel, bam. Auto webinar funnel, live webinar funnel, supplement funnel, ecom funnel, right? Lead funnel, B2B, right? All that stuff I've already pre-built in front of live audiences just like this. I started it almost a year ago, and started it with a smaller audience, and about 40 people each time have been on asking questions. I recorded all of them. You get the training. You get the strategy on why the funnel works and what industry it works best in. You also get the share funnel. So I actually give you the very funnel you watch me build in front of live audiences. And then all the replay sequences, the actual email sequences are pre-written out. Funnel maps on how to use them in each place, right? How to design the marketing ahead of time, right? All the crap, okay? There's no other program that's like this. So that's what I was doing. I was like, I've never really released this. What if I built the vehicle to sell it live in front of people, just like I built the funnels in front of the people? So that's what this is, just so you guys know, and why I'm doing what I'm doing here. So anyway, right? I go in and I figure out, right, there's 3 personas of each red ocean. There's the false beliefs, which I call them knee-jerk reactions. These are the knee-jerk objections to seeing something that's new. The main vehicle, internal and external related false beliefs. Each one of these is lined up with the story that's fueling the red ocean's belief, right? Somewhere there's some belief back there where they're like, man, I see your program, Steve, and I'm just not going to be successful with it because I don't know how to get traffic, right? And I'm like, okay, why do you believe that? Oh, some crazy experience you had, right? Cool, let me tell you a news story and make a headline out of it and then give you a product matching with it so you can see how, not just by the story, not just by this headline and promise, but here's an actual product that will help kill that and effectively destroy that false belief. Thank you, now you have to give me cash. Does that make sense? I do that for every product. Right? Internal. Oh, I'm not techie. I don't have it, right? And they think they need to be techie, right? And this expert info overload, especially in the funnel space now. Right? And so I tell a story. All right, there's a headline, and then there's a product associated with that. Same thing with vehicle, right? If this is the new vehicle to get them the desired outcome, what are going to be the objections for the vehicle once they see it, right? Oh man, is this going to work for me? Do I get to customize it? This is the question people always ask, right? And then there's a story fueling that fear, right? And then a new story that I have that will break that, especially the way I tell them, right? A promise and then a product matching up with that, right? This is the whole thing is what we call the stack, Okay, that's all called the stack or the offer, or the new opportunity. Okay, this part is the red ocean. It is addressing fears inside of the red ocean. Okay, I address fears in the red. This is very important. Okay, if I just go in and just make an offer based off of what people tell me to, I will effectively make a red ocean opportunity, and my only option is to compete on discounted prices. It is the reason why you can't charge what you want to. Okay. If I go in and I say instead, right, let's go ahead and address those fears, but I also want some blue ocean elements inside of my offer, right? These are the things that no one knows to ask for, right? No one knew to ask Henry Ford for a car. They wanted faster horses. He's coined for saying so, right? No one would have asked Russell for ClickFunnels. They would have just he's like, oh, let me make a better website editor. He's like, no, you don't, right? So there's still elements in every offer that is addressing red ocean fears to give them that warm security blanket. Everything's going to be okay, right? But there's also the prolific zone of the offer, right? So there's blue portions and red portions. That's why I call it a purple offer, which is the name of my book coming out. So anyway, so that's the recap. So I effectively, this is everything I need to write any webinar script, any sales script at any price point, any funnel, right? It doesn't matter. Any industry. This is everything I do ahead of time. This is a heavy research phase. In fact, even more goes into this, okay? But I mean, there's only so much I can do without you in the room. Anyway, hopefully this is making sense so far. I know I'm just rifling, baby. Okay, all right. So as I started creating the actual slides, okay, I've not started creating the slides. This is what I did though. Let me show you guys. Right? There's the stack, which is the fifth part, and then the sixth is the closes. Those are not the same thing, and I think people think they are. Selling and closing is not the same thing. Marketing and selling are not the same thing. Okay. Here at the very beginning of this is all marketing. Here, let me back out just a little bit more here again, just so you guys can see top level here. Okay. Okay. And this format comes with the program, just so you guys know. If you guys are trying to screenshot this thing, because I only know because that's what I'm trying to do too right now. Okay. Okay. Just playing. We're being real. Okay. Don't worry about it. You guys are gonna get this. Okay. Anyway, so this portion of the script, that's marketing. Marketing is the act of changing beliefs for the intent of a purchase to happen. That's what marketing is. That's all marketing is. Marketing is not a freaking ad. Okay, campaigns, right, are not ads. Okay, Facebook and YouTube and Google ads, they're destroying the term campaign. Okay, look at old school marketers. None of them had those tools. But how did they do it? By campaigns. So what is a campaign, right? Campaign is a series of events. It's a series of things leading to an event, a time-stamped event. It's coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up. Here it comes. Bye. Whoosh. It's closing. It's closing. It's closing. Oh, you missed out. That's a campaign. Okay. Now, Facebook ads and paid advertising might be part of a campaign, but they are not campaigns. Okay. So, anyways, this is marketing. This is the marketing portion of a script. Bam. Boom. Donezo. Okay. Next, this is the sales part. Sales has everything to do, right, with the actual offer itself. This is where I present the offer. Hey, you're going to get this, X, Y, and Z. Right? Sales has everything to do with that. Can I drives me crazy, okay? Drives me nuts. You are all salesmen, okay? You are all salesmen, and you should be dang good at it, okay? It is the mechanism that you get cash in your pocket and a lifestyle that you want with security you want. This part right here, the reason why people get so like, I'm not a salesman, don't worry, I'm not here to sell you, okay, is because of this. There is a part right here, transition to stack. That little tiny key, you're going to see me build this, okay? That little tiny key is the reason people don't feel pressured from me when I'm selling them, okay? We were at this event in Dallas, Colton and I, a whole bunch of others, and we were at this event in Dallas, and this guy gets on stage, and he's chatting, and he's telling all these stories, you know, and I had just spoken, and it went well, and sat down. It wasn't a pitching event. I was trying to, anyway. Sometimes I go speak on stages just to practice concepts to see if they stick with the audience. Anyway, that's what that was. So anyways, we got down, and it was not a pitching thing, but he gets up, and he starts telling all these stories, and pretty soon the feeling in the room got kind of weird. And visually, there's 1,000 people in the room, but visually I saw people start to squirm. And they're kind of like, and people kind of like sat in their seat back a little bit, and they kind of leaned back, and I saw some people like, they grab their notebook, okay? They grab the notebook, and they're like, start looking at their notebook, and they're opening it up, and they're looking, and they start taking notes. What am I doing? I'm creating barriers, okay? When you see people physically start to create barriers, when they cross their arms, that's a barrier. When they look away, they look down to the corners and look to the side. They're not making eye contact anymore. If they cross their legs, they cross their feet. It's very fun to watch this stuff as a stage presenter because I know I'm starting to lose them, or something I said was too crazy, and I got to go break that belief. Okay, any kind of barrier, right? So everyone started doing this, and the dude suddenly starts talking about these different things and saying this is through my webinar. Okay, and this is what we did last time. And we created an outline for the webinar. So this thing's closing well, right? And it's doing really well for industry standards as far as webinar script goes. Okay, and we went through and I was teaching this aspect of it. And if you guys want to see me do it live, you can, secretmlmhacks.com. But you can watch the way I do it and the way my sentences go and how I trial close you by going up with inflections at the end of every one of my sentences. Hey, how's it going? You guys doing well? It's good to be here. Right? Little things like that at the end, and that's what gets you guys to like say yes. You're saying yes to me the entire webinar. So if you want to see how I present the thing, you guys can go watch that live. But we took that, we made an outline. None of these blue, none of these asset columns were here, right? And we went through and we created this. Just bringing you guys all up to speed. Come over here real fast. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, that's what I needed. Oh, so real quick again, right before we get to that. Yesterday, as I started thinking through the stories and actually this happens every time, just so you guys know. I don't want anyone to feel like, hey, you did stuff without us. Like, okay, this happens every time. As I'm going through and as I'm taking the stories that we went through and we created last time, right at the very beginning, and as I'm starting to think through how to present them on a webinar and actually translate them into slides, okay, what I'm doing is I'm thinking through how likely those things are to do. And does that transition make sense? And I like webinars where the stories, one after the other, don't seem totally random, where they kind of do string together a little bit. And so I went through and I changed a few of them because I started going through and getting the assets for it, put it all together, and I was like, okay, that one felt a little bit weird. So I restructured a few of these stories, okay, and into this. So anyway, that makes no sense right now. I've not explained any of it, but we'll go through it because we're going to together anyway. So anyway, just so you guys know. So anyways, and then I've also a few images and things like that I've needed as well. Right, this is the Funnel Builder Secrets webinar. I can't show any more of this than this, but questions here. Do a little break. I'm gonna get some of the good stuff in my bones, and had a crazy workout this morning. Gosh, and I'm excited to do this. So let me go through your comments though. What's up? Hey, it's Funnel King. What's up, Tom? How's it going? So, just wait for it. Mark Smith, did you ever use FunnelScript's Webinar Wizard? Yes, I use it pretty much every single time, actually. Every time. I love it. Love it. FunnelScripts is amazing. Even building Funnel Builder Secrets webinar, I still used it. Okay, I use it for, it's usually what I use to get the initial brain dump out, and then it changes a ton from there. Close it down. Love it, love it, love it. That's right, Ben, 100%. So, all right, door-to-door sales. It's cool that my wife's been actually really getting into sales psychology, which means she's like asking me, "It's like, why do you do what you do here? Why do you do what you do here, there?" And anyway, right, I get people to say yes a lot, and even if I have nothing to nod about, I'll be nodding, and I guarantee some of you guys right now have been nodding with me, even though I haven't asking you a question, but you're nodding with me. Right? It's a trial close, right? Me asking you right at the end of every single right, right. Does that make sense? You guys getting this? By now, you guys getting this? You guys see how this could work for you? It's a trial closes like crazy. The inflections at the end of my sentences, right there, that was a trial close, right? At the thank you, or actually thank you. Awesome. Where do we find the new? Where do we find your new webinar funnel builder secrets? I'm doing that with people that have been approaching Russell and the ClickFunnels team. They're like, "Hey, I've got a big audience. Can I do this? Will you do it with me?" And Russell's like, "I'm the CEO of ClickFunnels. I can't handle it, but go do it with Steven." Right? So. Extra little edge you get by doing things you love. You know what I mean? So I feel Does the same strategy work for VSL? What strategy? Sorry, man. I don't know what I was just talking about. It's the reason we record and I just start going. It's the word of wisdom. Yeah. How you set up your webinar. Yeah, very. As far as an auto webinar, no. The thingy. Okay, here we go. So we were thinking how cool it'd be, right? So this is a program called Funnel Stash, right? Stash, like, hey, I'm stashing away all the funnels, right? Which is what I did when I was leaving ClickFunnels. I didn't want to like lose all of the little tiny tricks, you know what I mean, that we were doing for like these high level people, and so that's one of the reasons I started building all these funnels live. I was like, yeah, it's like my stash of like personal funnels here, but then I thought like, oh, what if it's a play on words, and instead was actually a funnel. Right? The only problem with these glasses, so they're the ClickFunnels colors, right? Check it out. But they're like the 3D glasses. Anyway, so we're going to build my funnel stash, and it is actually for this, and you actually literally do get a mustache sent out to you with your own ClickFunnels glasses when with every purchase. Why? Because I'm a goofball and life's too fun to be serious 24/7. Alrighty. Let's go and you got this down for real. You like that? All right. So my eyes are a little bit trippy, but let's go ahead and I'm gonna dive into this here. So wait, with Mr. Miyagi. Inside, this is very key. Now, this sounds stupid, and you guys are like, this guy's like a crazy. Yeah, okay, a little bit, but like, there's a purpose behind it. Wait, chopstick guy. Yeah, wait, there. Screenshot taken. Wrecking ball or a ball and chain, and I'm like looking at it weird, and it's making fun of the very industry I'm selling into, which is kind of funny when you think about it. It's like jacking my lip. Anyway, okay. Oh, this thing is not gonna come off easy, is it? It's an Instagram worthy moment, by the way, if you'd like to. Wait. Yeah, I'm building the funnel stash with my funnel stash and on my funnel stash people. There we go. Document. and sell. Okay, so you're gonna go through and you're gonna create something that an image, something that's kind of crazy, something that's weird. What you're trying to protect yourself against is you're trying to make sure that people don't think they know what you're doing, right? Even though, let's say you're selling something about fitness, and in the fitness game you're like, hey, I'm gonna sell fitness, I'm gonna teach you X, Y, and Z, and somebody else who also knows a little bit about fitness, we've created a monster. Monster's already here. And I'm gonna lose a sale, just like that. Let me drop that down. Boom. Sweet. Stash. Boom. 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 Gotcha. Dunzo. Okay. So the very first thing in here. Oh, I thought I was sharing my screen. I'm not. Sorry. My stash. You like that? It's my funnel stash. I have both domains though. Okay, so the first thing in here, right? I started going through and I started collecting a few assets here. First thing in here is I'm actually gonna grab. See, the 3 steps I used to build 500 plus pro funnels at ClickFunnels without knowing any code, using share funnels. Being a designer, or using share funnels. Okay, and I'm gonna take this thing. So watch how I build this thing out. This is gonna just, one is red, one's blue. It's gonna jack my eyes. I gotta take that off. I look good. I need a stash in real life, I think. Do you guys like that if I grew a stash in real life? I think that's then a necessary second step. Whatever gives me man points. The 3 steps I used to build. Nice. You guys can see my screen, right? Yeah. Cool. Whew. Okay, without knowing any code. Being a designer or using share funnels. There's no cheating. Oh, there it is. Cool. Nice. I feel like it's only fitting that I wear this while we're building this product. If you guys got any questions though, please let me know. I'm just gonna talk about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But if you guys got questions, I'd love to know. So I'm not. I'd probably bring this into Photoshop and cut out myself from the background, but anyway, right now it's fine. Nice. Let's see if I can fit all this on the screen here. It just looks weird. Alright, and first things first, before I actually dive into this, one thing that I always do that makes it look a little bit better as well is I gotta adapt the Slide Master. Slide Master. And let me grab a logo. Okay. Okay. Hold on. This is going to be awesome. Yeah. Okay. And the color I'm going to use, let's use that. I can't totally smile with this thing on my face. This reminds me of Hot Rod. Anyone else see Hot Rod out there? Actually, let's log into ClickFunnels. One of the greatest movies of all time. All right, now I'm trying to be as ClickFunnels-esque as possible without being ClickFunnels, right? So that's the reason why my colors are this red color and this blue color. I'm gonna grab this dark blue though, give it a nice background right there. Yeah. Okay, here we go. This Chrome extension is not loading. We'll get it another way. Sweet. Okay. Oops. Oh, there we go. This is gonna be epic. Genius, I tell you. Alright, shape fill, Mo colors. Bam, here we go. Yeah, okay. Now the rule with logos is to make them eensy weensy. You can tell I got little kids. Because they don't mean as much as we all wish they did. This is gonna be too big, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna put the stash in the bottom corner. That's awesome. Cool. Love it. And then